Hi guys, Anime Lover here, and today I'm doing a manga and anime review on the 456 Viz Big volume to Fullmetal Alchemist, and I did say I'm going to start doing second volumes because I prefer to read the actual books, and I prefer to own the actual books, so I'm not like a library person, so it's pretty hard for me to get first volumes to a lot of new series, so I'm going to start second volumes. But the thing is, with these ones, there will be spoilers, so I'll have like a spoiler alert in like the title. But like, if you want to watch like reviews that don't have spoilers and that are, I'm not perfect at reviews, but like how I would do a review, then all of the books that I do second reviews to, there's always a first one with no spoilers, so if you want to go check those out. I did do a review to just the full series in general and the first book. This book is kind of like getting worn out and everything because this is my first manga I've ever owned, and the review is not too shabby, like it's good-ish. So if you would like me to redo a review to this, I can do that in sometime in the future. It won't be right away, but yeah, and I'm sorry I haven't done a video in a long time, but let's get started. So first thing I have to say about these volumes, I really love the covers. It's like I've seen the one volume ones and how like they're kind of all the same, but I like the difference between each one, how like the cover matches sort of what's going on in that volume, and then back here we see the homunculi. So um so in this volume it still has Edward and Alphonse in it, but this is coming back to their last battle where they're in the fifth laboratory. I think that's the name of it, the fifth laboratory, and they just finished. Edward just finished his fight with one of the suits of armors, like the brothers. So they're like Alphonse, like they have like the blood symbol thing. I'm forgetting all the names for things. It's been a while since I've read this, but so they just finished the fight, and Envy shows up, and she just kills the suit guys. They don't have a specific name, they're just called by the number. But she kills them, almost kills Edward, but decides to save his life because like he's like the important one that's gonna help them like in a future situation. So Lust is there, and Lust is actually the one that stops Envy from killing him. And yeah, but the one guy, his name was the Butcher, something like that. He was a butcher. He was kind of like a filler episode in the series, but he comes in as a suit of armor as Alphonse, and he comes in and says something like really gets Alphonse, because Alphonse is in the suit of armor and it's only his soul in that armor, and what he says is maybe he's not even real, maybe he's just something that was created by Edward's like alchemy, like maybe his consciousness like was like maybe their mother like wasn't actually part of their lives. Maybe just Edward said that was his brother. Maybe it isn't. Like it just got Alphonse thinking maybe everything's a lie, like what Edward said and everything. And he gets very upset. I will show you a picture of him being very upset. Um, and as the story goes on, a very important character to the story dies because of envy, and the person who dies is Hughes. So if you don't know who Hughes is, it's just the one that was in love with his daughter, and it's very sad, very emotional part of the story. I'd have to say Hughes was one of my favorite characters. Oh god, I'm getting sad already. Hughes was one of my favorite characters of this whole series. He was funny, but he was serious at the same time, and yeah, and then as with the last volume, there's like little comics in between each book. So like there's 3 books in here, so every time a book goes by, then they have that. And then After all this happens, they go into this town that's full of automail, so it's like an automail town, and Winry goes along because you know how Winry is with automail, like she's crazy for automail. So she goes to this town, and there's this thief that robs Edward and steals his pocket watch, and that pocket watch, everybody who watches the series knows that it's a very important locket because it shows that he's in the military, and two, what's written inside, like talking about like the day that he burned down his house and everything, and he doesn't like when people open it, and so she steals this pocket watch, and they go to this house, and they figure out that both her legs are automail, and like they're really good automail. So Winry wants to figure out who made the automail. So they go and meet this guy, and this whole thing happens. And there's like a pregnant lady, and then Winry helps deliver the baby. And after that, it's just a bunch of fights, and they go back to when they're on the island training. So there's a whole like chapter about, or maybe a couple chapters of them on this island as children, training and learning alchemy. There's even a part where it shows Edward by like the gate, like the other side or whatever they call it. So there it is, as a child. And I would have to say this book really, it was really good. Like the first book, if you've watched the series, goes like nothing big happens because it is the start of the book, but like a lot happens in here. It's really good. The art, I love the art. Brotherhood is a good series too if you haven't checked out there's two series, so there's the original and Brotherhood, and what I find is I really love the ending to the original, but the story is kind of no detail. Brotherhood, the story is amazing, the ending's crap. You can still watch it. Everybody has their point of view, has their own thoughts and perspectives on what they see, but that's how I feel about this. In this review, I was kind of only talking of like what happens, but in this, that's really what happens. Seeing that Scar's on the cover, right now they're only looking for Scar, and they only have clues of where he could be, but, I'm just gonna see if it's the same on the backing. Okay, so I'll read the back of the book because I just had to check if, like, the backs were the same, but they aren't, so I will read the back. So, sorry, my throat's kind of getting sore. Okay. In an alchemic rival's gone wrong. I don't know what that is. Alchemical. Don't ask. I can't read out loud. Okay, so rival gone wrong. Elric lost his arm and his leg, and his brother Alphonse became nothing but a soul and a suit of armor equipped with mechanical automail limbs. Edward becomes a state alchemist seeking the one thing that can restore his brother himself, the legendary Philosopher's Stone. And if you have not watched Harry Potter, that's also in it. I think there's actually a full movie just about the Philosopher's Stone, like the title of it has it in it. Trapped and injured in a secret alchemic laboratory, Edward Elric is at the mercury of his enemies, lust and envy, but they don't want him dead. They have other plans for him. As the laboratory goes up in flames, his brother finds himself back at square one, with only an inkling of massive scale of the Philosopher's Stone. Inkling. That's actually what it says. Inkling. So I never knew that was a word, but whatever, inkling of the massive scale of the Philosopher's Stone's compassory. But then, Lieutenant Colonel Mage Hughes uncovers a shocking secret, and that shocking secret that he learns, gets him killed, and what it is, as I said, there's gonna be spoilers in this. The Philosopher's Stone uses dead people to build up, so like they kill people to make the Philosopher's Stone, which when Edward finds out, I don't really think he's gonna be interested in the Philosopher's Stone. He's not gonna be as interested in the Philosopher's Stone as he was before, but that's the end of this review. I'm sorry, this was probably a really crappy video. I will attempt to get better at doing these book 2 reviews. Maybe I'll write something down before I start, before just yapping off about a book. But I hope you enjoyed. The next one I'll probably attempt to do is Toradora Book 2, because I love Toradora. Probably one of the best romance series I've read, and shoujo is like one of my favorite genres. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you would like me to do more, or even give it a thumbs up letting me know that you didn't at least hate it. Comment down below Q&A questions, because I really want to do Q&A. I have some questions, but not enough. You can ask them about myself personally, or about anime. Also, if you'd like me to start doing, I did a couple quizzes back like a month ago, maybe 2. And it's just like online anime quizzes that I did, and I never talked in them, but if you'd like me to talk in them, I can do them, and if you'd like me to continue doing them, I will. It's just because I've been running out of ideas for videos, because I don't think you guys want to keep watching reviews and AMVs, because AMVs I've been trying to get in lately, and Vines, it's pretty hard to do. Like, lots of editing has to get put into it, and lots of memory to get it saved after editing. So give me video ideas if you'd like me to just discuss things like I've done in Anime News. So yeah, so if you would like to give me video ideas, you can, or even collaborations. I'm cool with those too, I guess. So yeah, so don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, bye guys.